Hi, I'm Henry Blackburn. I'm here to inform you about our problem of constructing things that destroy and conflict with nature. Things that when no longer useful to us, we just trash them. Things that go against the cradle-to-cradle concept and sustainable development. But before I go any further, allow me to explain these two concepts to you. The cradle-to-cradle method is the use of biodegradable materials, materials that can be recycled or composted. It also calls for the efficient use of these materials and the use of clean, renewable energy. Now, sustainable development is the use of resources in a manner that meets the requirements of the present, while assuring that future generations will be able to use those resources and satisfy their needs. I firmly believe we, as intelligent human beings, can live by these concepts, and instead of building things that conflict with nature, we can build things that form a part of it.
Fine.
Now let's take a particular sustainable design problem, like your everyday classroom. What's wrong with it? It disobeys the two concepts we just went over. The typical classroom uses artificial lighting, which uses non-renewable energy resources that are harmful to the environment. Furthermore, most if not all of the things that make up a classroom either contain harmful substances to the environment or are not biodegradable. They cannot be recycled, and or they were made by companies that release toxic byproducts in the process of production and obtaining materials. And then when certain things in the classroom are no longer useful, it's just thrown away. After a while, all the stuff being thrown out adds up. There's nowhere to put it. It's just overcrowding the place. And at the same time, we're running out of resources. To solve this dilemma, we must abide by the principles of sustainable development and the cradle-to-cradle concept. But before I go any further, let me go over some general guidelines for sustainability. In order to construct something sustainable, you must, number one, make sure all building materials are recyclable, replenishable, and that anything involved in their production obeys the principles of sustainability, and that they do not harm the environment in the process. Furthermore, all energy put into construction and is used by what's made must be clean and renewable. Here I've created a classroom that models the principles of sustainable development and the cradle-to-cradle concept. It's situated on the top of a mountain in Boone, North Carolina, and it's made primarily of cut stone, recycled glass, recycled steel, and organic concrete. Now on the roof you can see there's a glass pyramid. This acts as the window, and it allows natural light to enter in and illuminate the classroom inside. There are also solar panels here to capture and store energy for artificial lighting when it becomes necessary. There's also a small wind turbine that powers the fire alarm system. But the most obvious feature of the roof is the vegetation, which protects it from UV damage and keeps the classroom cool inside. Adding to the cooling effect is the shade coming from the deciduous trees surrounding the classroom. Because the trees are deciduous, they lose their leaves in the fall, allowing the sun's rays to pass through to the building and keep it warm during the cooler parts of the year. And during the warmer parts of the year, the leaves grow back and shade the building, keeping it up to 20 degrees Fahrenheit cooler in the classroom than it is outside. The walls of the classroom are made of cut stone and are held together by cement. But for this classroom, windows of recycled glass take the place of walls to allow plenty of sunlight in so that there isn't much of a need for artificial lighting. I chose stone and cement as building materials because they are plentiful and made of natural substances. Plus they are biodegradable and can be replenished, therefore they are sustainable materials. Working our way into the classroom, the insulation is made of mushroom mycelium and buckwheat, or rice hulls, and they're all a combination. These are grown and then shaped into boards, dried and heat-treated in solar ovens. This insulation is completely sustainable because it can be easily replenished and is biodegradable. Inside the classroom, now all the windows are made of recycled glass. And the glass is a great material because it's easily recycled and replenished. The floor is made of marmoleum composition tiles, which are sustainable because they are made of natural and replenishable ingredients. The desks are made of recycled steel parts and wood. The steel is sustainable because it's abundant and replenishable and recyclable. The wood is biodegradable and can be sustainable if we replace the cut down trees with new ones. The chairs are made out of recycled steel parts and a plastic-like material, but all the substances that are harmful to the environment have been removed out of that material. So this is sustainable because it contains natural ingredients that are easily replenished. Although there is no door in this picture, I assure you there is one, and it is made of wood and recycled steel parts. The white paint on the ceiling and on the exterior walls are completely organic and sustainable because they're made of natural replenishable ingredients like lime, mineral and vegetable pigment, and clay. These here are the ceiling lamps, and there's a fourth one, but you can't see that. And they are made of a concrete casing, and they have fluorescent bulbs of recycled glass on the inside. There are also, lining the inside of the case, there are also reflectors that provide more light. These lamps are powered by the stored energy coming from the solar panels on the roof. When the lights are activated, they reflect off the white ceiling and provides plenty of light for the classroom inside. The environmental impact the classroom has is very minimal because it tends to form a part of nature rather than conflict with it. Furthermore, because there are loads of biodegradable matter in the classroom, it has something to give back to the nature. The social impact is positive in every way because it provides a suitable environment and learning atmosphere that is in no manner boring or disruptive. It has been scientifically proven that people are more alert and focus better in natural lighting rather than artificial light. This classroom may have some hidden flaws, but it serves a great model for sustainable development and the implementation of principles that have to do with the cradle-to-cradle concept. This is the Sustainable Classroom.